Hi everyone, it's me again, your passive baller, discussing another game on December 30 game date of your NBA. This time it's going to be Memphis Grizzlies going up against Boston Celtics. To begin with, let's take a look at the standings of both teams. For Boston Celtics, they're currently on the 8th spot on the East with 2 wins and 2 losses, while the Memphis Grizzlies, they're in the West and they are in the 12th spot with a win and 2 losses. All right, so let's take a look at this. The time, by the way, of this game would be 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, so that's 8:30 Manila. Again, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. This would be held in Boston, and that's 8:30 our time, Manila time. All right, so for Memphis Grizzlies, we know what happened. Ja Morant would not be playing because of that injury. I really hope that Morant would actually recover, the soonest time possible. We all know that Morant is the face of the franchise of Memphis, and honestly, I just don't think Memphis would be able to at least be relevant without Ja Morant. I mean, no disrespect to Memphis Grizzlies, but aside from he is his main scorer, he is the source of scoring. He's the source of the leadership. He's the source of energy. He is the guard. He's the point guard. He's the quarterback right there. I mean, they got other point guards, but it's just totally different without Ja Morant. And they're going up against Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics, who just had a win yesterday. That was against Indiana Pacers. So they split the series against Indiana Pacers. And we all know how good Indiana has been lately. Boston defeated Indiana without Kemba Walker. Boston defeated Indiana without Kemba Walker. And Memphis is playing Boston without Ja Morant. And just imagine that. We don't really need to have deep science or a lot of explanation. Memphis is good, especially if Ja Morant is present, but Boston is just in a different level. Boston, for me, they are very relevant, and most likely, even though they struggled in the beginning of the season, we would see them somewhere in the top 5 of the East. So again, without Ja Morant, I think this should be an easy victory for Boston Celtics. I'm looking at the plus and minus though. This is something that made it harder. I mean, if it's money line, then go right ahead, take Boston. But that's something else, of course. Of course, we would want to know the plus and minus, and I'm looking at it right now. Let me just refresh stuff here. Boston says -9, and Memphis Grizzlies is at +9. I was asking myself, is that too high? But yeah, I tried to check. I paused, and there's no Ja Morant on the other team. Boston just had a win, and again they defeated Indiana Pacers, who's one of the top teams right now. That should be a booster on their morale and on their confidence, and Memphis should be down. So I'm actually siding towards Boston still. So -9, I think they should be able to cover this before fourth quarter. The game should be over. That's my estimate. Okay, all right. So without Ja Morant, I don't think Memphis can actually beat Boston, because Boston is such a relevant and a strong team. As simple as that. Okay, so again, let me repeat that. So for money line, if you would want to pick Boston, you would want to be safe, then go right ahead. But of course, if you would want to have a more valuable bet, then you can pick Boston -9 because Ja Morant is not there, and Boston just had a win. They should be boosted right now, and they should be longing for another game. And at the end of the day, tomorrow, Boston should have another win under their belt. All right. So responsible gaming, everyone. Just stay right there so that you can catch the other or the last game to be discussed for tomorrow. Okay? Peace out, pass I love, and God bless.